Welcome back. Here we go. In we go to this next room.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Great-Grandma Edie's room. Okay, so I'm still a little confused as to who I am. Look at this. These little Burpee, Bob. Well, Bob was a snake living in a cage. Are these loads of animal sort of shrines? Lurpee was a parrot. Rob was that a little lizard of some kind, or another type of snake? Because if I look at the family tree here, I think I'm Edith. So this is Edie here. So I think I'm reading from my journal as Edith right now, and I've just been through Molly's room, and that's why we can see her. And now we're in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Okay, so it's all a little confusing. I'm not 100% sure I'm Edie. I'm kind of reading about from my own journal, or am I? I don't know. Maybe it's obvious, but I've missed something.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Okay, that's interesting. See, that because of the gloves that she wears, and she had a cast on at the very beginning, I'm intrigued about her arms in some way. And here, look, we have all the hands of the different people. Barbara, Molly, Walter. There's so much to take in this game. It's amazing. So much information. Look, there's a painting of, I think that's Milton, on a piece of bark.
Lewis died a week before we
Lewis.
left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Yeah, she memorialises everybody, and there's blank canvases behind for others. Is that me as a young girl, or the character? Not me, Jack. Okay, Lewis. Yeah, she was a bit of a memorialiser, wasn't she? Milton, Lewis, Edith, 2004. That's me, isn't it? No. Oh, that's just the date of the handprint. Oh my god, there's so much going on.
Her room was like a museum.
Her room was like a museum. This is Odin, 1880 to 1937. He's the oldest person, Odin Finch, joining the great majority. He was an author, The Mysteries of Death and Thereafter. The little gnome, look there. And that's a portrait of him. I wonder who that is an actual portrait of, because these are actual photographs. Kind of old sword. It looks like a kind of Middle Eastern style sword, doesn't it? Books everywhere. Sven, Edie. What else can we see around here? A pill box. More oxygen or some kind of... So maybe it was Edith who needed the oxygen, and the wheelchair that we saw downstairs. Zimmer frames, built 1937. Avon Finch. Avon. Or Sven, is that Sven? That's Sven, isn't it? Sven Finch, 1937. So Sven built this particular part of the house. Interesting. Edie won't go.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
72-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire. So she was a bit of a brave old lady, right?
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Right, well that confirms it. I am Edith. So so what we got here, Edith Jr. Lake Trip, that's me. Sam Photo Award, Conspiracy Now, Weird America, Home Movies, My Friend Bigfoot. Okay, so they're all a little bit into the supernatural and the conspiracies, these Finches.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Look at his nose. It's the nose of a mole. The Pacific Probe, June 1991. And there's a picture of Stonehenge. Another great son of... Stonehenge, interestingly, is actually very close to my house in real life. Winner family day out at Druid World. Yeah, so they're into their conspiracies and weird...
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. Even in her 90s, Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
So, this game, What Remains of Edith Finch, I'm guessing now, is actually about... There's me, look, I've got my cast on my hand again. And there's a weird creak. Is it just the old house creaking in the wind? Because it is very precarious, or is it actually something moving around in here? What's this? Norwegian folk tales. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a Scandinavian book. There's some sort of slightly kind of Nordic references, aren't there? Dragon kills Finch. Tragedy strikes Finch family. There's the old dragon, and that's 15 cents. Look, Orcas Island, New York's picture newspaper. And there's Sven with his saw. And there's all the little gnomes again, look. Or are they... They're the little... Actually, it's the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs kind of reference, isn't it? God, there's so much going on in this game. It's incredible. Okay, so we can leave the room via there. Or, I think, we're about to go on a little journey.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Right, so we're from Norway. Finch, is that not very Norwegian name? Oh, okay, I need to press.
Odin Finch buries
There
the
he is.
latest victims of the family curse. His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
That is incredible, isn't it?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
And that's what we heard about earlier, that there was the old building and that the bricks had been salvaged. Is that Odin on top of the building there trying to sail it?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home,
Right.
Orcas Island.
We're getting a lot more.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
And that's the statue that we saw in my first video, looking out to sea. We'll visit that sometime.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
There's the statue in the very back left of the picture. Okay. So that was Odin. Oh, how do I exit this? Okay, there we go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay, excellent. So the Leaves are those who have married into the Finch family. I wonder if Finch was saving. Okay, so that was Odin Finch's story of bringing his Norwegian family here to Orcas Island. Right. Wow. What on earth is this? Kind of like a coral reef for a carpet.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It was a pretty big trace.
Mount Rainier National Park, United States Travel Bureau. Amazing. Okay, we have... There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edie Finch. And my key unlocks this secret.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Right, so look, what can we see here? Oh, we can pull...
It's in the last place you would look.
Ah, this is
It
incredible.
isn't in the cupboard.
Okay.
It's hidden in this book.
Wow. This is one hell of a house.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Okay, and is this also a room for developing photographs? It is, isn't it? It's a very early selfie there. Okay, we're almost sort of too zoomed in here. It's hard to kind of really... What have we got here? Calvin Finch. There's the swing tied around the thing. There's a deer in the forest. Right. Amazing. Milton. Okay, and this picture. So Milton's been going around drawing things on all the walls. So we've seen a couple. There's the house creaking again. Right, and we are into Fort Calvin, a kind of early day space room. Wow. Calvin, Fort Sam. Sam and Calvin, they live in this. Hey, look, this is brilliant. The command center. Can we get up there? That's fantastic.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
September 1961, so they explore the universe. They were 2 command center. This is a fantastic bedroom for some twins, isn't it?
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Wow. Calvin, there he is, and there's a picture painted on some wood. 1961, 11 years old. These Finches, they're all dying early, aren't they?
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Right. We're now Sam Finch, I guess. And he's got a cast on his leg. They're all injured all the time, these Finches, and they're covering up their...
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Whoa.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
If you look at his legs...
I think Calvin
he's got...
always wanted to fly.
He's got spots on his legs, just like Molly had. Are they... Do they have some kind of...
Dinner's ready. Coming.
Look at his legs.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Okay, can I get off the swing? I think they might have some kind of... I don't know, illness that runs in the family. Am I going to jump? Am I going to jump? I think I might.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Whoa, here we go.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
So I'm actually Calvin and I'm trying
I
to
think
spin
he'd already made up his mind.
completely around on this swing.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Wow. We're gonna make this. Come on. Almost. Whoa. Yes. Easy.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Fantastic. However, it
Calvin's
seems
story
to...
felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah. So it looks like it led to his death, but what a glorious flight
After
into
the
the ocean.
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
It's all very sort of sentimental and... Okay, I think we might have another doorway there, so let's just have a little look around the room first. There's probably some stuff to look at. Older robots and... I'd have loved a room like this. I was fascinated by space as a kid. Whereas Sam is much more into kind of the West, the Wild West, and hunting, like Fort Sam. Enlist, join and fight. Oh, so he actually wanted to be a soldier of some kind. Is there any purpose of coming up here?
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Wow. Okay, there's nowhere I can actually go. I thought there might have been the bridge has been taken away. Never mind. What's this here? Are there little slides, I think, for all sorts. Photography. Okay, so Sam might have been the photographer. Odin Finch National Park. Yeah, Sam was the photographer, and these are some of his photographs. And there's the two twins. Anything else we can see in that picture? Of interest? No, nothing really. Okay, well that's the twins. Have they both been ticked off? No, Sam hasn't. So, what are we missing? Something interesting? What's this up here? Orcas Island Regional High School, Cobra Battalion, Bravo Company. Certificate of Achievement is presented to Samuel Finch for obtaining 120% deportment grade in the third quarter of the 67-68 school year. And there's the little logo. US Army. Right. That's quite sad, look. Calvin's heights finish in 61. Whereas Sam continued to grow. That's quite sad. Okay, let me just double check I haven't missed something down here, because we haven't maybe seen everything that Sam had to offer. Did a light just go off? We didn't really look around in here either, did we? It's just a chair in the bathroom, which indicates, well, an elderly person or someone who needs. Okay, that door doesn't open, but there is a peephole. Okay, so I think we might have done most things in there. And there's nothing we can see. There's no sort of interaction points in here. So, perhaps Sam is a bit further on through this. Who's that? Ah, look, it's I think it's a young Edith marking the heights of the two boys. Calvin with his helmet on. It's very cool, this whole experience, right. Wow. Okay, how do I... Oh, up. Keep going. That is fantastic, isn't it? What a house to live in as a kid. And we have...
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
And a little extra little secret gap here. We can't get through, can we? With a pumpkin at the end. Right, we can get out that way, or we can continue down. Ooh, look at this. Melon. Ah! Barbara Finch.
Growing up,
my big
I always
friend,
thought of Barbara
Bigfoot.
as a child star.
Yeah, okay, so it looks like Barbara took part in a film about Bigfoot. Right. Well, let's investigate Barbara in the next video. Thank you all very much for watching.